Major breaking news in the conflict with Iran. It is April 17th, a Friday, and Iran has announced that they have opened the Strait of Hormuz. Following that announcement, Donald Trump went to Truth Social to make the following statement. The Strait of Hormuz is completely open and ready for business and full passage, but the naval blockade will remain in full force and effect as it pertains to Iran only, until such time as our transaction with Iran is 100% complete. This process should go very quickly in that most of the points are already negotiated. Thank you for your attention to this matter. This, of course, has been received positively by the stock market, and oil prices have plunged 12% after this announcement. Now, this doesn't mean that the conflict is over. There's a lot of details to unpack. For example, the Strait of Hormuz will only be open during the ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel. On top of that, if you didn't notice, Trump said that the blockade against the IRGC, or Iran rather, will be maintained, meaning that all other economic traffic can go through. That said, shipping companies are still cautious. They actually haven't started flowing traffic through just yet, as this announcement was just made, and insurance companies are still cautious to actually insure these ships. So there's still a process behind the scenes that has to unfold for them to actually get moving. President Trump, in an interview with Reuters earlier, said that the U.S. and Iran are working to get mines out of the Strait of Hormuz. Of course, we will then be able to find out exactly if there were any mines to begin with or if this was all a bluff. Trump also made a claim that the enriched uranium will be handed over to the U.S. and be brought back to the U.S. in a leisurely pace. I believe that was a quote. And he also wanted to emphasize that there will be no money exchanging hands in this process. Now, while we wait to see if this deal will actually be concluded successfully, I want to point out the fact that the IRGC said that the international waterways through the Strait of Hormuz were open because they recognized that they were going to actually lose that type of authority and effect over that geographical waterway once people started to figure out that this was indeed a bluff. That's my assessment anyways, and I wouldn't be surprised if they find zero mines. I'd also like to point out that this should now shift everybody's focus to a powerful and strong IRGC capable of affecting global trade to a weakened one, as Trump is still maintaining a blockade on Iran. They're still not allowed to do any economic business whatsoever, so effectively their economy is completely shut down. And in a pathetic attempt to stay relevant, the two weakest leaders over in Europe, the Prime Minister of Great Britain and the President of France, held a joint conference stating that once the strait is open, they will provide security for international commercial traffic. I'm not sure how they are going to do that when the majority of UK's Navy is mothballed or in maintenance, and France is incapable of even getting their aircraft carrier over to any significant point of interest for any type of defense. If you ever wonder why Trump is really mad at NATO, specifically these two, is because they have allowed their militaries to atrophy to the point of irrelevancy. As for Israel, they're cautiously playing along, and they honestly better play along at this point. And they did want to announce all of the accomplishments that they have achieved during their operations against Iran, and here they are now. They were able to take out 28 Iranian commanders. They were able to launched more than 10,800 strikes in total, destroying 250 air defense systems, and removed approximately 60% of Iran's ballistic missile launch platforms, killing 1,700 people, fired nearly 15,000 artillery strikes, and hit more than 5,000 targets. And of course, these facts have not been independently verified, but they are more than likely true. And so is this conflict over? No, it is not, but it very well could be in the next 48 hours. Again, only time will tell. But as both sides prepare for additional worst-case scenarios to unfold, they also are at the table for potential peace. So we will see what happens here shortly. I'm the Intel Guy. Thank you to all my new followers, and thank you to all my OGs who have stuck with me throughout these many years, constantly seeing how almost always right I am. But I'm very curious to know what your thoughts are on this particular topic, so please let me know in the comments, and I hope you are having a good day.